What's up, YouTube? This your boy, Big Boy Snack Shine TV, and tonight I'll go my AEW Dynamite review on highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content because I'm on the road to 6K. Follow my social media down below in the description, and let's get started. Now, AEW Dynamite was a good show. This show was way better than last week's show. All right, it is Wednesday, my dudes. You know what that means. We open with John Moxley's theme hitting as the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion makes his way through the crowd for our opening contest. We see Kyle Fletcher and Jeff Cobb already in the ring as John Moxley head towards ringside, and they blindside John Moxley at the barricade. The beatdown is interrupted as Brian Danielson's music hits, signaling has arrived as he rushes down the ramp. John Moxley and Brian Danielson turns things around. The American Dragon music still plays as the BCC Blackpool Combat Club lays into Kyle Fletcher and Jeff Cobb at ringside. Brian Danielson lays some right hands into Jeff Cobb as John Moxley continues wearing down Kyle Fletcher before hitting a running knee strike. Brian Danielson brings Jeff Cobb into the ring and the bell rings to finally get things underway. So we get Blackpool Combat Club, John Moxley and Brian Danielson versus Jeff Cobb and Kyle Fletcher. This was a good tag team match. Brian Danielson continues the attack on Jeff Cobb with some hard strikes before tagging in John Moxley. The champ lays into Jeff Cobb with some hard offense of his own, but Jeff Cobb turns it around, sending John Moxley into the corner before Kyle Fletcher tags in to keep at it. This soon becomes Kyle Fletcher's undoing as John Moxley takes him into the corner instead, ranking raking the back before dropping him to the mat for a near fall. John Moxley goes for a cross arm breaker, but Jeff Cobb runs in to break it up. John Moxley goes right back to work, setting Kyle Fletcher up as he tags in Danielson, who hits a diving knee strike on Kyle Fletcher, driving him down hard from the second rope to the canvas as we go to picture in picture. We're back from picture in picture. Kyle Fletcher and John Moxley end up on the outside, where Jeff Cobb gets involved before Kyle Fletcher brings the champ back in the ring for a tag to the NJ New Japan Pro Wrestling World TV Champion. Jeff Cobb wears John Moxley down for a near fall, starting down Danielson all the while before Kyle Fletcher tags back in for some more damage as we come back from break. John Moxley is back on his feet, leading to a trade of strikes between him and Kyle Fletcher until John Moxley gets sent back to the corner, where Jeff Cobb tags in. He mocks Brian Danielson before going for a deadlift German suplex, but John Moxley fights it off before sending Jeff Cobb to the ropes for a German suplex of his own and a tag to Danielson. Strikes go flying between Danielson and Jeff Cobb before the American Dragon takes him down for a series of kicks before he can do anything else, however. Danielson gets caught by Kyle Fletcher as Jeff Cobb escapes the ring. Just as Danielson dives through the ropes, knocking Kyle Fletcher down. Jeff Cobb escapes the fight pass and he takes advantage, sending Danielson back in the ring, but the Dragon sets up for a running knee strike, only to get caught with a suplex by Jeff Cobb instead. John Moxley gets a tag in, as does Kyle Fletcher, as the two go at it in the center of the ring. John Moxley heads to the ropes, but takes a kick to the jaw that sends him to the corner instead. Kyle Fletcher charged at full speed right into a big boot from John Moxley. Jeff Cobb runs in, but he's taken down as John Moxley goes for a choke on Kyle Fletcher, but Jeff Cobb breaks it up. Chaos ensures as all four men go at it, and in the mess we see Kyle Fletcher connect with a tombstone pile driver on John Moxley for the cover, but John Moxley kicks out. Jeff Cobb comes in for a double team, but it all goes south, leading to Kyle Fletcher taking a kick from Brian Danielson following a paragon shift from John Moxley, who gets the pin and the win. The winner of the match, John Moxley and Brian Danielson. This was a very good tag team match. There is no time for celebration as Kazuchika Takeshita runs into the ring, beating down Brian Danielson and John Moxley until Claudio Castagnoli runs in with a weapon up for the save. Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, and Jeff Cobb group on the outside as Blackpool Combat Club stands tall inside the ring. Alright, let's move on. It says video package. Swerve Strickland shines as AEW World Champion, but faced a tough challenge in Christian Cage and now deal with the ambassador turning on him. Back at ringside, Adam Copeland makes his way to the stage where he gets blindsided by Brody King and Buddy Matthews. They wear the champ down, sending him into the ring as Malachi Black walks down with the TNT Championship in his hand. Malachi Black grabs a microphone as Brody King and Buddy Matthews prop the champ up, choking him out as Malachi Black runs Adam Copeland down for the challenge he made. Malachi Black mocks the crowd for telling him to shut up before instructing Buddy Matthews to remove Adam Copeland's wedding ring. House of Black marked the champ before Kyle O'Reilly runs down to help Adam Copeland out, but to no avail. He's dropped to the outside before the House of Black prop Adam Copeland up between a steel chair and the TNT Championship. A rush at him with a triple kick. House of Black leave a pile of destruction behind as they head up the ramp. Curious segment between Adam Copeland and the House of Black. Normally, Malachi Black never answered whether he accept Adam Copeland's challenge, leaving us with more questions and answers. All right, let's move on. Commentary addressed what went down last Saturday at New Japan Pro Wrestling Restaurant, where the Elite attacked Eddie Kingston after losing his New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong open weight championship to Gabe Kidd. Perry runs down the Mad King, saying he learned what he had to lose that night. Backstage, the Elite says Kingston was bitten by the injured bug before pointing out the archery in the arena looks to be 4 versus 3 unless Team AEW can find a partner that wants to work with him. Works with them. Then they then address their matches tonight with the Rainmaker Okada saying he will destroy Dax Harwood tonight. Shame about Eddie Kingston being out of an archery in the arena unless here's hoping Team AEW finds a partner in time for Double or Nothing. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. I cannot wait for AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view. That's all I gotta say. I hope that show will be a good show. Anyway, commercial break. Video package commercial. The Young Bucks have their own brand of Reebok pump sneakers out now, but do they come in wide with backstage? Renee Paquette talks to FTR, who state they have found a fourth partner already before calling Okada out head of Dag's title match later tonight. Back at ringside, the Young Bucks make their way to the ring for their AEW World Tag Title Eliminator match up next. Out next are Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal, and this match officially gets on the way. So we get the AEW World Tag Team Title Eliminator. The Young Bucks, Matthew Jackson and Nicholas Jackson versus Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal. And this tag team match, this was a decent tag team match. We start off with Nicholas and Sydal, the latter catching the EVP off guard with a fury of offense before getting a near fall tag made to Daniels and Matthews, the pair having some harsh words before going at it. And Daniels sends Nicholas off the apron before getting a near fall on Matthew. Matthew tries to go for a tag, but is pull away. But that doesn't seem to stop him from going off on Seidel upon tagging in himself, wearing him down as we go to picture in picture. We're back from picture in picture. Matthew takes advantage of the confusion to get back in on the action, wearing Seidel down before Nicholas goes back at it, eventually sending Seidel to the corner for a tag back to Matthews. They continue to beat down, keeping him away from making a tag to Daniels. But Seidel starts fighting back, only to be cut off by the Young Bucks, who knocks Daniels off the apron as we come back from break. Matt Seidel is able to keep fighting, however, eventually getting the tag to the Falling Angel upon his return to the corner. Daniels rushes to the Young Bucks with a fury of offense, but the Young Bucks turn it back around. Christopher Daniels gets an opening once again, bringing Nicholas up to the top turnbuckle, only to get intercepted by Matthews, with Seidel knocking down after an earlier attack. The Young Bucks connects with the TK driver on the Fallen Angel for the pin and a win. The winner of the match, the Young Bucks. This was a decent tag team match. After the match, the Young Bucks get a microphone to run Daniels down for for what he said and did last week. They said they've been trying to clean up the locker room, and after what he did, they are the the bearer of bad news. Firing Christopher Daniels, they say they're going to take care of Christopher Daniels' family with a severance package and are even nice enough to provide security to escort Daniels out of the building. Matthews mockingly thanks Daniels for all his 5 years of work. At commentary, Jack Perry raised a toast to Christopher Daniels, taking a sip of Woo energy drink before pouring it all over Tony Schiavone's head. Decent tag eliminator match, but the real story here is the Young Bucks firing Christopher Daniels after and Jack Perry pouring an energy drink over Tony Schiavone's head at commentary. That alone was a wild moment. I'm left wondering what happens next for the Fallen Angel. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Yeah, Jack Perry was a savage for pouring that energy drink on Tony Schiavone's head. Yeah, Jack Perry's a savage. Let me continue. Backstage, Renee Paquette is with timeless Tony Storm, who runs down Harley Carmen for what she did to Mariah May last week, promising to beat her down tonight. Okay, let's move on. So we go to commercial break. Somewhere backstage, Malachi Black talks about Adam Copeland's Red Ring and everything that it represents before addressing the champion's challenge for Double or Nothing. He accepts with a caveat: if Adam Copeland loses, he must bend the knee to the House of Black. Back at ringside, Hook makes his way to the ring for his in-ring return. Sebastian Wolf is in the ring, ready to try his best as the match gets underway. So we get Hook versus Sebastian Wolf. And this was a squash match. I did not really care about this match. This was a squash match. Sebastian Wolf rushes towards Hook, who catches him for a big suplex instead. Hook follow up with some crossface punches on Sebastian Wolf before locking in the Red Drum, the Red Drum, and Sebastian Wolf taps out immediately, giving Hook the win. The winner of the match, Hook. This was a squash match, and I did not really care about this match. Hook grabs the microphone from Justin Roberts, saying he's out here looking to get his FTW championship back as he calls out Chris Jericho. The learning tree makes his way out to the ring alongside Big Bill. Chris Jericho talks about being happy to see Hook back and calling him out as it means he gets to be on AEW Dynamite. Hook wants none of Chris Jericho's remarks, dominating a match against Jericho for his FTW championship here tonight. Chris Jericho asks if is that what the people want before saying this isn't a violent moment. It's a teaching moment. Hook needs to learn that the world doesn't evolve around him. The crowd chants, "Please retire," to which Jericho responds that if he retires, he will be inducted to every pro wrestling Hall of Fame out there before going back to address Hook's challenge. He took Hook that he must win a qualifying match and potentially earn a shot for the world championship. Hook says that sounds great. You know what else sounds great? Before Jericho can respond, Hook smacks him on the head with a microphone. Chris Jericho and Big Bill are quick to turn it into a beatdown on Hook until Shibata runs down to make the save. The learning tree the learning tree and Big Bill Stubbs Buddy regroups on the ramp as Chris Jericho shouts what Shibata thinks he's doing. Alright, I'm finally starting to come around on the learning tree storyline, at least because of Chris Jericho force niceness and how Hook responds to it. Looking forward to seeing where this goes. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Backstage, where Strickland addressed his home state crowd from before talking down Christian Cage as well as the unrelated Brian Cage, who faced him in a world title eliminator match next. Swerve Strickland tells the crowd to welcome Brian Cage to whose house? Swerve's house. Back at ringside, Swerve Strickland makes his way to the ring for our next match. Out next is Brian Cage, and this world title eliminator match is underway. To get the AEW World Title Eliminator match, Swerve Strickland versus Brian Cage. This was a good match too. Swerve Strickland rushed at Brian Cage with a knee strike, sending the machine to the corner and quickly taking the action to the outside. Swerve Strickland dives Brian Cage's shoulder into the ring post, but the machine just as quickly brings the offense against the champ, bringing him back into the ring. Brian Cage goes after Swerve with some hard strikes, but Swerve Strickland is quick to turn it right back around in his favor as he goes after the neck. Brian Cage finally fights out of it, hitting a backbreaker on the champ before sending him to the corner. Swerve Strickland has some right hands on the machine now, focus on the attack on his arm. After wrapping it around the ring rope, Brian Cage finally tucks it back around, turns it back around. However, setting the champ up on the turnbuckle, but Swerve Strickland fights out. Brian Cage catches him again through sending him into the corner, only to take a boot to the face, but by Swerve Strickland. Okay, but this doesn't stop the machine from rolling for long, however, as he picks Swerve Strickland up and drops him down hard, the champ falling out of the ring as we go to picture in picture. Back from picture in picture, Brian Cage heads out of the ring, keeping the champ under some big pressure with some hard offense before bringing Swerve Strickland back into the ring. Wearing him down some more, Brian Cage gets a cover on Swerve Strickland for a near fall and transitions into a weird naked choke. Swerve Strickland is struggling to fight out of the hole, finally fighting back to his feet and breaking the hole before hitting the ropes, where Brian Cage meets him with a shoulder tackle as we come back from break. Swerve Strickland on an apron, but Brian Cage brings him in the hard way with a vertical suplex off the ropes for a cover, but the champ kicks out. Swerve Strickland fights out of Brian Cage's grasp, sending the machine into the corner for a running boot on the injured tricep. Brian Cage sends the ropes, but the two end up trading strikes before Swerve Strickland catches Brian Cage with a kick to the head. Brian Cage is in the corner as Swerve hits and uppercut, take him down onto the canvas for the aerial attack, and then he literally hits the gritty in the celebration to a pop from the crowd. He follows up with a brainbuster on the bigger Cage, taking the machine down for a near fall. Swerve Strickland heads to the corner for a house call, but Brian Cage hits a knee strike instead. Whipping X is set up, but Swerve Strickland fights out and goes for a short arm scissors. Brian Cage tries out of it, hitting a powerbomb on Swerve Strickland into the corner and driving him right back down for the corner, but Swerve Strickland kicks out. Swerve Strickland escapes and drill claws, catching his Brian Cage with a near fall instead, and sends him to the ropes with a kick after Brian Cage gets caught on the apron with a kick to the face, leaving him dangling off the apron as Swerve Strickland hits a swerve stomp, sending him to the floor. Swerve Strickland sends him back in the ring and going up top for the 450 splash in the cover, but Brian Cage kicks out. Brian Cage up to his feet, catching the champ with a double powerbomb for a cover, but the champ kicks out again, frustrating the machine in the process. Swerve Strickland fights off another drill claw attempt, laying in some kicks before Brian Cage wallows him with their right hand. But Swerve Strickland is right back at it, fighting out of a powerbomb for a cover. As soon as Brian Cage kicks out, Swerve Strickland goes after his arm and hits the kill shot house call by Swerve Strickland following suit, and the champ gets the pin and the win. The winner of the match, Swerve Strickland. This was a good match right here. Swerve Strickland is not looking to celebrate, however, going out of the ring for a steel chair. Instead, he grabs a second one as well, attacking the machine until Christian Cage misses a kiss and with the part part arch part part Patrick, not Patrick, I'm sorry, Patrick Petrarch stepping onto the stage. Strickland looks to hit the concerto to the control to Brian Cage's arm, but the rest of the pottery runs in, with Nick Ryan hitting the low blow on the champ before Kill Switch runs in for the beatdown as well. We soon see a picture of what is pointing out to be Swerve Strickland's family, and Nick Wayne slams it against the champ's head. Kill switch props Swerve Strickland up against the ropes as Christian Cage walks down the ramp talking about how Swerve Strickland attacks his son Nick Wayne months ago. He goes on to accuse the champ of being an absentee father before pointing out that tonight he took Swerve's blood and at Double or Nothing he will take his world championship. Good match between Swerve Strickland and Brian Cage, perhaps more to the point. A nice heated segment following, which sees the Padre wearing the champ down some more instead of Double or Nothing. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Let's move on. Commercial break. We cut backstage to an Impact Player 2 Hook about the odds being stacked against him. Hook talks about taking down anyone who's standing in his way, with Shibata asks if that includes him, wanted a shot at Jericho as well. This sets up some tensions between them before Samoa Joe steps in, telling Hook off for letting Jericho get in his head. As a former champ walks off, Shibata makes a comment about Samoa Joe's shirt as we go back to ringside. Tony Storm is formally in control here, taking Harley to the corner for a second rope long blower and a DDT near fall. Cameron starts fighting back, hitting a boot to the face of the champ before taking Tony Storm down for the cover, but kicks out. Okay, Tony Storm makes her way to the ring, now gearing up for something of a grudge match against Harley Cameron with all outside interference banned as this match gets underway. So we get Tony Storm versus Harley Cameron. And this match right here, didn't really care about this match. That's all I gotta say. I did not really care about this match. It was just I didn't care. Tony Storm seems like a woman possessed in the early going, wearing Car- Cameron down before sending her out of the ring, but is soon distracted by the arrival of Serena D, who stays on the stage as we go to picture in picture. We're back from picture in picture. Harley makes good use of the opening, taking the fight to the champ throughout as she sends Tony Storm to the corner for a boot to the face. She brings Tony Storm to the middle of the ring, driving her knee into the back of Tony Storm before the champ gets to her feet, and nails Harley Cameron with a big headbutt as we come back from break. Harley Cameron takes the ropes for speed, but is caught with a choke powerbomb for a near fall. Champ hits another near fall, but is able to put Harley Cameron away with the Storm Zero for the pin and the win in this grudge match. The winner of the match, Tony Storm. This match I ain't really care about. We cut backstage where Will Ospreay goes face to face with Roderick Strong and the United Kingdom, but Will Ospreay is having none of it, telling him off for the mind games he's been trying to play, ensuring that the Tiger Driver 91 is still retired, but he will be Roger Strong for the international champion. He talks about not respecting Roger Strong, something the champion is willing to agree with, as he doesn't respect Will Ospreay either. Roger Strong talks about overcoming his traumatic neck injury to become champion, but things devolve into a shouting contest as Will Ospreay says he will take away the one thing that makes Roger Strong important to the AEW International Championship. Back at ringside, Renee Burkett welcomes us to the contract signing for the TBS champion match at Double or Nothing. Before introducing Mercedes Moné, the crowd seems relatively quiet for the CEO despite her music containing the chant before Willow Nightingale is introduced next to a bigger pop from the crowd. Stokely halfway and Chris Allen stand beside her, but the TBS champion says she got this as she heads to the ring alone. When Paquette gives the floor to the contract to the champion first, as well, Nightingale says she respects Mercedes Moné, but wants to know if Mercedes Moné respects the TBS champion. It's a championship that celebrates the legacy of professional wrestling, a legacy that dates back over 50 years on this very channel. It's a legacy built on fighting and hard work and determination. Every woman who has held the title represents that, and now Willow is the face of TBS. And every time this smiling face walks down to the ring, you see on the screen nothing matters, smiles away. That means that through the doom of gloom to smile on. And that means she will not stand by and let Mercedes Moné walk into AEW and take that all away. Not now. Not at Double or Nothing, never. Mercedes Moné tells Everett to say hello to their CEO, which gets a scattered chant among boos. She runs down Willow Nightingale, saying Mercedes Moné was building something up for everyone and breaking the glass ceiling. Willow won't be here without Mercedes Moné. Mercedes Moné respects the champion, but there is a difference between being a great and being the greatest of all time. Let's talk about the TBS because you should be looking at the new face of TBS. she talks about the things she done outside the ring because that is what a CEO does. She knows beating Mercedes Moné was the best thing for Will Nightingale's career, but when she beats Will Nightingale for the TBS Championship at AEW Double or Nothing, that will also be the best thing for her. Will Nightingale remains the CEO that the last time they wrestled, she walks away a champion, and Mercedes Moné didn't walk away at all. Monet, Mercedes Monet slaps Willow Nightingale in the face for this, and the champ responds by taking her challenger down before sending her through the contract table with a gut wrench firebomb. Security rushes in to the aid of Mercedes Monet as Willow Nightingale leads to the ring with her TBS championship and standing tall on the ramp. Honestly, one of the best segments they had to build this Will Nightingale slash Mercedes Moné match at Double or Nothing. Mercedes Moné with maybe her best promo so far in AEW with Will Nightingale standing her ground ahead of their TBS title match. Now I enjoyed this segment. This was a good segment. That's all I gotta say. Good segment by Will Nightingale and Mercedes Moné. Commercial break. Back at ringside, Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada makes his way to the ring for our main event. Out next is the challenger for the Continental Championship as Dax Harwood heads to the ring. And this match gets underway. So we get the AEW Continental Championship match. Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada defends against Dax Harwood. This main event was fantastic. This was a good main event title match. Okay, excuse me. The two lock up before Okada takes Harwood down, only for Dax to escape, leading to the standoff. They circle the mat before locking it up again, with Dax taking Okada down with a shoulder tackle before looking for the sharpshooter. But Okada quickly escapes to the outside for a breather before sliding back in. He takes the action to Harwood against the ropes, but Dax fights back with some couple chops. Harwood sends the champ to the corner for some more strikes, but Okada ends up fighting back with a shoulder tackle before driving Dax's shoulder into the ring post. Dax Harwood on the apron struggling as we go to picture in picture. Back from picture in picture, Okada maintains control throughout despite an attempt from Harwood to fight back. The two end up back in the middle of the ring where Okada gets a near fall before Dax hits some kicks, but it barely fades the champ who goes right back on the attack as we return from break. Dax finds himself getting back into it now, sending Okada to the corner for an opening, but it quickly gets shut down once again. As Okada takes the challenger to the outside, Dax Harwood heads to the chair near the barricade for a breather, and this works against him as Okada charges at him for a running strike. Okada breaks the ref's count before going back to work on Harwood, propping him up on the barricade to deliver a DDT onto the floor. Dax Harwood is barely stringing, stringing as Okada rolls back into the ring, and Harwood used the steps to get towards the ring, only to slip to the floor at 8. The referee reaches 9 when Dax Harwood lunges into the ring, finally breaking the count. Dax Harwood seems exhausted as Okada tries to set up for the Rainmaker, only for Harwood to drop to the mat. Okada tries again, but Dax ducks it and hits a set of German suplexes. Okada fights out and hits a big boot, only to take an uppercut and a right hand followed by a dragon suplex by Harwood. Both men slowly get to their feet Now, as Okada takes the ropes and both men have each other's arm as they trade strikes. Okada sends Harwood to the ropes for a drop kick, but Dax blocks it as he goes for a sharpshooter until Okada kicks his leg out to stop it. Dax Harwood fights out of a tombstone power driver attempt, but Okada reverses right back out into a back net breaker for the cover, but Dax managed to kick out. Dax is still down as Okada goes up top, only to be intercepted by Dax Harwood. Hits a big superplex on the champ, dropping him hard to the mat. Both men are down as the ref starts to count, with Dax getting to his knees, followed by Okada as they break the count. They fight it out with headbutts as they go to their feet, trading strikes until Dax takes Okada down hard. Dax goes for a rainmaker of his own for 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 his own 2-0 ball, but he does hit a disgust Larry for a near fall. Okada tries rolling through, but is caught again by the challenger who gets another near fall in the process. Okada backs up as he goes for a tombstone, but Dax hits one instead, getting the cover, but the champ kicks out this time. Dax goes up top for a diving headbutt, but the champ rolls out of the way. Harwood crashes to the mat as Okada gets back up, bringing the challenger back to his feet. But Dax evades the rainmaker again. Dax goes for the sharpshooter, but Okada managed to scramble to the ropes to force a break. Okada goes to the outside, grabbing his title as Dax intercepts to bring the champ back in. But as the referee takes the title away, he is distracted from seeing Okada kick the ropes against Dax's arm. Okada hits the Rainmaker, getting the pin in the win to retain in our main event. The winner by pinfall is still your AEW Continental Champion, Kazuchika, the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada. This was a good main event match, right? Good main event title match right here. The Elite quickly rushed to the ring to get the jump on. That's Harwood after the match. With Cash Wheeler and Brian Danielson coming in one by one to even the odds to no ball. The Elite started beating them down until Darby Allin music hits and the Everett crowd pops hard for the former TNT champion as Darby Allin nails Nicholas Jackson in the back with a skateboard. This is just enough to turn the tide for Team AEW as we find out via graphic that Darby Allin is officially joining Team AEW and are entering in the arena. The Elite escapes to the rim as their double or nothing foes stare them down before the show comes to a close. And that's it. A very fun main event for the Continental Championship. Really like seeing Dax and Okada go at it. But perhaps the bigger deal is will come after. Big prop for the ever for the return of Darby Allin, who rounds out Team AEW for Archie in the arena. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. And AEW Dynamite goes off the air. Okay, let me give my honest opinion. Now, AEW Dynamite was a very good show. This episode of AEW Dynamite was way better than last week's AEW Dynamite. No cap, and that's all I gotta say from here. But AEW Dynamite was a very good show. I had a good time watching AEW Dynamite tonight. This was a very good show. This show made up last week. I'm glad that this show made up last week's show. So this show was very AEW Dynamite was a good show. This show was way better than last week's AEW Dynamite because last week's AEW Dynamite was a mid show. But this episode of AEW Dynamite tonight, this is a very good show, and I cannot wait for AEW Double or Nothing pay per view. I cannot wait for that show. Okay, If you guys enjoy my AEW Dynamite review on House, please give this video a big fat thumbs up. Comment down below on what are your thoughts on AEW Dynamite tonight. If you're new here, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content because I'm on the road to 6K. Follow my social media down below in the description, and I will be going live for Fortnite tomorrow. This your boy B Boy Snack Shine TV. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. KFG for life, baby. KFG Club for life, baby. Have a great night.